Ooh. Yo, what up, everybody? I got no hair tie today. Well, actually, I got a hair tie, but I'm just not doing the hair tie today. So, yeah, dread swinging today. We're gonna get right into it. So, what's good, guys? We're gonna do something new today. I'm actually kind of excited. I got this tips and suggestion box. I said the wrong name already. I got these topics and questions box. This isn't a box. Go to school, kids. Go to school. Anyways, if you guys follow me on the gram, if you don't, you should. My Instagram will be down below. You love C. Um, I asked you guys to give me topics or questions or anything you guys wanted to hear me talk about. Um, you guys surprised me. A lot of people, a lot more than I expected, said something. So instead of picking and choosing, what I decided to do was to write them down, and I threw them in this old jar that I used to, scoop my protein shake out of. But, I threw them all in this jar. I'm going to shake it up and I'm going to answer a few of them. Now, some of them are like serious topics. Some of them are like questions that I could answer probably in like, it wouldn't take a whole video to explain that. So, that being said, I'm just going to, go with the flow. I'm going to pick out some things in here, and if it's something I could talk about for a whole video, I will. If it's a quick question, then it'll be quick. I don't know how long this video will be, but we're just gonna, we're just going with the flow. I'm gonna do, however many questions. Maybe it'll be one, maybe it'll be three, maybe it'll be five. We'll see. But I'm gonna try to answer a few of these, and I'll just keep, every other video or so, if I don't have like a topic or something specific to talk about, maybe I'll just do this going forward. Who knows? I don't really want this to be like another podcast. It's supposed to be its own thing. So, anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna feel me. All right, and we're going to hold on. Put my mic down for a second. Reach in here. I don't know why I'm closing my eyes. I can't see. All right. I got a piece of paper, and I'm gonna show it to you guys first. I don't know what that says. Hopefully that's the right thing. It says co-parenting. Oh well, okay. This will be quick. My stance on co-parenting is get it done. I don't have any kids, so I can't really like give you guys good co-parenting advice because I don't have a kid to parent at all. So my advice on co-parenting would be, or my take, whatever this is, on co-parenting will be, I don't know, get. Hopefully you guys can coexist. I just don't feel like right, guys, telling you about something I really don't know about. If you are out there co-parenting and you have some advice, because I know I didn't do this justice right here, then put some advice down in the comments below. But you guys can see this is all you guys. So thank you for that one. Let's see. Let's get our second one. Okay, this should be a good one. Let's hope. I don't know what that says. I'm showing it to you guys first. It says, feeling like you're running out of time. Ooh, all right, this is a good one. All right, so I suffer from this a lot. So if you guys like, if anybody that knows me personally knows that I'm always like moving, I'm always going like 110 miles per hour, and I always tell people like I don't have the luxury of time. And this is like a blessing and a curse, like all rolled into one, because on one hand, it's like when you move with a sense of urgency, you tend to get more things done. And that's always how I like to move. I always like to move like time is running out, because you never know when your time really is. Like, I know that sounds really dark. I don't mean to be dark, but it's true. Like, you don't know how much time you have, and you don't want opportunity to come and you're not ready for it because you didn't prepare, or you were just waiting for something to fall in your lap and you got the chance, but you didn't have the skill or what have you to make the most of the opportunity. So feeling like your time is running out is a crazy feeling, because on the other hand, it's like, I'm still young. A lot of people that I know that feel like their time is running out, they're young too. And we all just have this we got this maybe vision of ourselves or our future, maybe these expectations of ourselves in our head that we feel like we have to meet. And if we don't meet them by a certain time, then we kind of feel let down. So what I kind of learned to do is like, you need to move with a sense of urgency for sure. You should never lose that sense of urgency, that sense of purpose that you have. But at the same time, you have to give yourself grace. You know what I'm saying? You have to give yourself grace to relax. You see my face when I make that. I'm learning still. I'm still, feel me? I'm still learning. But you have to give yourself a grace to, relax, take time. And I'm actually learning too that sometimes when you let something sit, not like, just let things keep going and going, but if you let something sit for like a nice little second and then you come back to it, sometimes you have more insight or you have more to give. Because sometimes with feeling like your time is running out, you really run yourself ragged to the point where you barely have energy to do like almost anything. You feel what I'm saying? And when you're tired, you're not giving your best work. Like that's something that I had to realize within myself and tell myself like, yo, relax, bro. Like take a break. You feel what I'm saying? Rejuvenate yourself. And then let's approach this again with a fresh mind, a fresh mindset. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even a fresh 24 hours, because when you're tired, you just go on autopilot. At least let me not project myself on y'all, but I know me personally, when I'm tired, I have the capacity to keep thugging it out and keep doing the work, but I'll do tired work. And the thing I learned about that is when you do stuff that and you're not at your best, you're just gonna wind up doing the work twice, because you'll go back over it and see like, damn, I made a mistake, and it's something that you normally probably wouldn't mess up on, but because you're tired, you're gonna make that mistake. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's best to just give things a rest, give things a little break, and then just come back to it. You know what I'm saying? Come back to it a fresh set. Just because you spend a couple hours taking a break does not mean that the world is gonna pass you by. You know what I'm saying? It does not mean that it's the end of the world. You're not gonna get to where you gotta go. It doesn't mean you're lazy. It doesn't mean you're a bum. It just means that you're a human being, which I would assume all of us watching this video right now are. And if you're not a human being watching this video, what up though? Anyways, right? When it comes to feeling like you're running out of time, I think the answer is move with a sense of urgency, yes, but also give yourself grace. Give yourself grace to rest, give yourself grace to make mistakes, and give yourself grace to learn and enjoy the process. Because one thing I'm also like learning and like experiencing in real time is just falling in love with the grind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just these little moments of where you learning something and you're able to like compound something or build something new. And I feel like those are the really, really important moments. So just fall in love with the grind. Don't try to rush to get to where you gotta go. And just, take your time, be patient. All right, let's do another one. Oh shit. I'm gonna cut that part out. I almost dropped the box. All right, let's see this one. What's this one? This one is that right? The WNBA. The WNBA, love it. Those of you who know me know my favorite player is Aja Wilson. Immediately followed by Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, both at the same time. Listen. I know I don't think that's a controversial take anymore, but yeah, I love Angel Reese, first of all. Still looking for those Angels Reese's Puffs, by the way. They didn't sell them in my store. I'd have them. I don't eat McDonald's. Or, you know what? I might still go get that Angel Reese Happy Meal just because. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to go get that. Anyways, I'm still looking for those Angels Reese's Puffs too. I got an Angel Reese poster on my wall. You guys didn't see. I also have a Caitlin Clark poster on my wall. And I have a poster with Aja Wilson on it too. Those are like my 3 favorite players ever. Aja being number 1 is not even close. Damn, I love Aja Wilson. Anyways, WNBA is best that it's ever been. I love watching the WNBA now. I think next season is going to be even better. I think they need to pack up the commissioner and get him out of here, and they need to let either Adam Silver or somebody else come in so they can like revolutionize the league. Because once the girls start getting paid like real money and people start really like investing into the teams, not just the aces, I think the league is just gonna keep growing and growing and growing. Because real talk, girls basketball is more fundamentally sound, in my opinion, than men's basketball. Because in men's basketball, you could get away with a lot because, men tend to be more athletic. So the NBA, let me not say men, let me say the NBA men's basketball tends to be more athletic based, even though it's transitioning over to more skill based for sure now. But you could get away with a lot more. The girls, they really rely on fundamentals a lot because you're not going to see a girl come down the lane and dunk. Like, you feel what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10. There's a few of them that can do it for sure. Don't get me wrong. But you're not going to see that as often as you would in the NBA game. So it's really skill focused. So I think if you're a basketball purist, if you really just enjoy the game of basketball itself for what it is, then like watching girls basketball now is good. And then I was always been one of the outliers. My uncle, God rest his soul, he was the one who brung me into like the whole women's basketball world. So I used to watch from college. Like, as a little kid, I used to watch Elena Delle Donne play in college. I used to love Elena Delle Donne. And all of these other girls and stuff. That was just like always my thing. So I always loved girls basketball. I've always been a fan. So seeing the WNBA turn into what it's turning into is actually like, it's a crazy thing. It's a beautiful thing. All right, let's get a good shake. I want an interesting question. Let's see. Get a good one for you guys. All right. What's this? All right. This is, boom. It says, how fast you fall in love? Shit, the first date. Let's go. Nah, let me stop. Falling in love, I don't know. I think I'm a little different when it comes to stuff like that. Like, the whole, like, I feel like you could have love for somebody and not be in love with somebody. How fast do I fall in love? I don't know. I guess that would be dependent on the person. I don't know. Like, I'm not really like, it's hard to sell me. I'm not gonna lie. You could tell me you love me all you want. You're gonna have to show me for sure. And I feel like people show you they love you when they just show up for you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they show up for you day in, day out. They do the little things. You feel me? It's not always about, well, especially for a man, like me as a man, I don't expect my girl to like be buying me stuff or nothing like that. And I would even take that as a sign of love. But I actually pause that for a second. A thing about love that I'm actually learning is like you gotta be able to receive people's love language and understand if that's how you like to be loved. For example, right? Let's say somebody shows they love by buying you stuff, right? That's just how they show they love. They might buy you stuff and they might just spend time with you, right? But you personally, your way of receiving love, you might like somebody that's just like, I don't know, physical touch. I think that's one of them. You might like somebody that just wants to be in your space and always be around you. And that other person, that's not the way that they show they love. They might not be like a hands-on, touchy person, but they might see something at the store and think about you and get it for you. You feel what I'm saying? So that's their way of showing love, but that might not necessarily be how you receive love. So I think, like, I don't know if this answers the question, but I think love is when you find that middle ground, like when you find that middle ground and you willing to say like, like maybe this person doesn't necessarily like their first instinct isn't the thing that I want, but I still fuck with them despite of that, and they still try for you. You feel what I'm saying? They still try to love you in the way you want to be loved, but y'all meet like a middle ground where it's like, I understand you and you understand me. So I think that's like, you feel me? That will determine it if that's a good answer to the question. All right, let's get another one. I think we got like 3. No, we got 4 of these joints so far. All right, we making good progress. All right, we'll do a few more. Okay, boom. Ooh, forgiveness. Ooh, all right, this might be the last one. This is a good one. Okay, forgiveness. All right, I think forgiveness is so complicated, bro. Like, I think some things I can forgive you for. Some things, like if you do something to me, for me to forgive you, I'm the type of person where like, I don't like when people, sometimes I feel like people apologize for themselves. And that sounds crazy, but this is how I feel. Like, I feel like the best apology you could give me is just to fix whatever you did. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like if it's a certain thing that you're doing or something like that, the best apology you could give to me is just to fix it. You feel what I'm saying? Like sorry is cool and all of that, but like it don't really mean much. And sometimes people will apologize or they'll do something that is more for them than it is for you. For example, right? I don't expect people to forgive me. So maybe that's why I don't expect it out of people. Boom. I think that's it right there. And that's some deep shit. All right. So boom. Let me get even more personal with this. If I do something, right? Me personally, if I do something, I wanted to do that thing. And if I did it to a person or in spite of a person, whatever the case may be, right? In that moment, I wanted to do it. And I was not thinking of that person when I did it. And if I was, that's probably even worse. And that's even more of a reason, like, for me not to expect forgiveness out of you. Like, if you give it to me, that's cool. And I appreciate you and I mess with you. I fuck with you all the way for that. However, I'm not expecting forgiveness when I do something. Cause my thing all about it is like for example, like if somebody cheated on me, don't apologize. Don't say you're sorry for cheating because you wasn't sorry when you was doing it. Like you feel what I'm saying? You wasn't sorry when you was over there doing tricks and flips. You feel what I'm saying? On the next month. You wasn't sorry then, so don't come to me and tell me you sorry now. To me, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of an insult. Like I don't want to hear sorry. Like just tell me what you did. You feel what I'm saying? And then you just like let me decide what I want to do. You feel what I'm saying? But all the oh my gosh, I did it. Like when people start trying to explain why they did me dirty, it just starts boiling my blood. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm an outlier. Maybe that makes me a little psycho or whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. When you start trying to tell me like, well, I did this to you because of this, and that, like nah. Don't give me an excuse for why you did me wrong. Like just own the fact that you did it. Feel me? And then I can decide if I want to say like we can move forward or if I can say I'm done. At least give me that. But when you start trying to make excuses for the things that you did, that just makes me angry. Like I don't know what it is about. Like just stand on it. If you're gonna be a gangster, be a gangster. Like if you a cheater, be a cheater. Cheat with your whole chest. But don't cheat and then start crying like a little girl. Like no, you don't get to have it both ways. I tell people when you do bad, you get one. You don't get to do both. All right, you feel what I'm saying? You don't get two fuck ups. You only get one. You feel what I'm saying? Just like in The Godfather, right? In The Godfather, the reason I knew Fredo was never gonna be nothing. He was always gonna do bad because he did two violations. When he sat there and he watched Vito get shot. Fredo, you could drop the gun or you can cry, but you can't do both. You can't have it both ways. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about like the majority. I'm just saying cheat because that's like the first thing that like, I don't know, like I guess that's not universal, but like I feel like a lot of people could relate to. But it's like, if you cheat, you could do the deed. But if you do the deed, stand on it. Don't do the deed and then get off and say, oh, what do you want to do? No. Do it with your chest. And that's what I feel like. If you could do something to somebody and you have the I don't know, the chutzpah to just be like, all right, I did that. You know what I'm saying? We can go for here. You could be with me, you could not be with me, or you could do this, you could do that. It's your choice. You could be my friend, you could not be my friend, because it don't have to be cheating. It could be like, you know, somebody, we all had situations like that. But if you give me the choice and you not like begging, like not begging me, but trying to make me feel bad for something you did to me, then I'm more likely to forgive you off of that. But if you do something to me and then you try to make me feel bad for you doing that thing to me, I can't jive with that. There's something in my heart that can't jive with that. Now, another note about forgiveness, and this is like completely counter to what I just said, but we're human beings and we can experience multiple emotions at the same time. So let me give you another perspective on it. Sometimes I forgive not for that person, but I forgive for myself, because resentment and hate is so heavy. You feel what I'm saying? It's such a heavy emotion, such a heavy thing to carry with you when you feel that all the time. Like I've been through this, so like I've had moments before where it's like I could be happy about something and I would think about something or a situation where somebody did me dirty and it would just rob me of that moment. And I started to like really you know what? I'll give y'all a great example, right? And this is some relationship stuff because it's just something I could relate to. But all right, so for example, right? I had a time where it was like I wanted to go to this place and I had fond memories with this person in this place, but they did something super duper whack to me, right? So now whenever I thought of that place, I just like it would just blow my like I'm like I don't even want to go there no more. Like I'm not even doing that. But then I realized like feel me, I can't I can't hold on to that because like all I'm doing is like it's like you still there. Like you feel what I'm saying? It's like that person or whatever hurt you is still there. It's just lingering over your shoulder. Like it never really leaves. You feel what I'm saying? It's always just hanging with you. You feel what I'm saying? Don't even got to be a person doing you bad. It could be an event, whatever have you. It just hanging right there over your shoulder. It never goes away. Even when you think you good, sometimes it'll just rear its head back in and just be right there. And I realized like in life too, like sometimes you gotta forgive people for you because you gotta let that go. Cause like I said, when you I've been through things before where I've been hurt and I had to let it go. Like not even just relationship, like just in life relationships with feel me, family members and things of that nature. Like when you let that hurt go, when you let that you did me wrong, but it's all right. That don't change who I am as a person. You feel what I'm saying? Don't change about me. Don't change where I'm going. Don't change what I'm gonna do. I don't change the things that I'm gonna be. The things that I am. You feel me? In this moment right now. So when you approach it like that and you let it go, it's just like I can enjoy life. Like now I could go to that space and I could have a new memory with somebody else. I could have my own memories. I could even think back to the memories with that person and think fondly about them now because I realized that I enjoyed my time when I was there. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like it didn't end up the way that I wanted it to end up, but while I was there in that moment, I enjoyed it, and I'm not gonna let that person being whack take that away from me. You feel what I'm saying? Because I legitimately had a good time. I won't give somebody the power to retroactively go back and make my experiences bad. That's what I realized about forgiveness. Like that's why it's important because when you forgive people, you take that power back. Like you feel what I'm saying? That all that time you spent thinking about them, that time you spent thinking they did this to me, they did me dirty, she did this to me, she was doing doonies, he was out here doing talking to this girl, talking to that girl. When you forgive, you take that power back. Like you feel what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, like you did something whack, but it's cool. Like you just show me who you are. And to an extent, I'm happy. I'm happy because imagine how much longer I would have been with a person that didn't even fuck with me the same way I fucked with them. So you feel me? I feel like forgiveness is so important. It's such a two, three, whatever. It's such a complicated emotion, but it's necessary. So, like, just like here, on one hand, I feel like I don't want you to say sorry. On the other hand, it's like forgiveness is absolutely necessary because living with the baggage or the weight of something somebody else did to you, you just giving them power. And me personally, the way I rationalize it, like I can't be sitting here thinking about somebody or worried about somebody that they not doing the same thing for me. And that's just how I rationalize it. The thought of that drives me crazy. Like if I'm sitting here tight that you did something to me, but you out living your best life, doing whatever you want to do, and you're not even worried about it, that don't sit right. That don't sit right with me personally. So that's why I feel like forgiveness is such an important tool because you keep your power. You feel me? You keep your power of yourself. When you don't forgive and you hurt and you mad at somebody, they got mental real estate in your head. You feel what I'm saying? They really do. They got space in your head that's specifically theirs because when this certain event happens, you're just gonna get triggered. And that's all you're gonna think about. If somebody that's not in your life currently can affect your mood, then you gotta think about like, damn, how much power does this person have over me? All right, y'all. Last question for the day. Because I ran to the lot. So I got this one right here. Let's see. I think this is going to be a good lane video. All right, last question, topic, whatever. All right, boom. It says, would you get back with an ex? Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. All right. No, absolutely not. Um, Even though that's from my personal experience, I don't feel like there's no ex that I need to be back with. Feel me? I'm a proponent right now of X for a reason. However, I have seen cases where people like mutually and feel me, they realize that they not in a good place for each other right now, and they kind of split amicably. If that's the case, then I think that's like a case by case basis. Then maybe that could work out because I've seen people that were together, they break off. It could be for a few months, a few years, and they get back together and they do it, and they feel me, they do it. Me personally though, the way I be feeling is like in my life, I learned like I don't like to backtrack. Like you feel me? Even if I walk to the store and I pass the store and forget something, I don't like going back. You feel me? And backtracking. The only time I will ever backtrack is if like I told myself I was gonna do something and I forgot. I'm not gonna wait till the next day. I'm gonna go back and make sure that I get it done. You feel me? That's the only time I backtrack. But outside of that, like when it comes to relationships, I feel like people are in your life for reasons and for seasons. All right. Certain people, and I tell my friends this all the time, certain people, they're in your life just to teach you a lesson. You feel what I'm saying? Some people are in your life and they're gonna be in your life for a long time. They're gonna be your roots. They're gonna hold you down. They're gonna be part of the reason that you grow, and those people. But we tend to mistake roots for branches, because branches blow off the tree, they fly away, they get broken in the storm, and they'll get tossed all around. But the roots, they keep you in the ground, they keep you grounded and planted, and you feel what I'm saying? And of course, there's storms that could break a tree, but there's very, very, very rare that there's something so powerful that can completely uproot your tree. Not saying that, it doesn't happen, but it's very, very rare. So in that instance, you got to recognize where people are in your life. Certain people, even though you might love them, they not there forever. They just there to teach you a certain lesson. And it's not always negative. You know what I'm saying? We tend to see like the end of things as so negative, instead of seeing it as like it's the end of this thing, but it's the beginning of something even better. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Even I had to go through that. Like, you feel what I'm saying? The end is not the end of you. You feel what I'm saying? It's not the end of you. It's just the end of this phase, the end of this chapter, the end of this season, and it's the beginning of something that's most likely 9 times out of 10 when you're doing the right thing, 10 times out of 10 when you're doing the right thing, it's something better. You feel what I'm saying? It's something out there more for you. Now, what people tend to do is they tend to get caught up in their feelings, and they be like, they're so used to this certain person or thing that they'll be like, I can't let it go. So you'll go back. And I feel like in situations like that, like God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, um, they'll make that person or that situation keep hurting you until you realize that you have to let it go. Like, it's time to let it go. And I think that's one of the things, like, feel me, that we need the most is to learn to let go of things that no longer serve us. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes people be in your life for years. And then one day it's just time for them to go. It's their time. We have to learn to appreciate that and see that and accept it for what it is. But what happens is some people mistake time, and they conflate time and loyalty and purpose. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Just because I could known you for years, and then a person I could meet tomorrow could be more down for me than you ever were. Like, you just never know. And you block your blessings trying to keep people in your life that's not meant to be there for no more, because they served their purpose. They done taught you what they needed to teach you. You learned what you needed to learn, and now it's time for you to move on from it. You feel what I'm saying? But you so wrapped up in yourself and feeling comfortable, and you're not comfortable with being uncomfortable enough to know that even though this is something new that I never faced before, I'll learn, I'll adjust, I'll get through it. You're so comfortable with that person that you just like, I bet I'm gonna do what I gotta do to keep this person around because it makes me feel good. But that's not the wave. That's not the motion. Like, you feel what I'm saying? We just scared of doing new things. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Some people go back with an ex in a shitty situation just because they don't want to spend the time to to know somebody else, like the level that they did with that person, not knowing that if you did, the next person that you get to know you, maybe that'd be your last person, maybe it won't. Who knows? But it still will be better for you. You feel what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10. Because some people, let me tell you, some people chase the same person in a different body, okay? And when you do things like that, then you'll never really see the growth, because it's like, you can't leave one piece of shit and then go get with another and be like, oh, why am I getting treated so bad? It's because you like pieces of shit. Like, that's what they do. Like, you feel what I'm saying? If anybody heard the story of the scorpion and the turtle, you feel me? When the scorpion keeps stabbing the turtle, and the turtle saved the scorpion's life, and then the scorpion turned around and stabbed the turtle, and the turtle said, why? Why'd you stab me? And the scorpion said, it's because I'm a motherfucking scorpion, nigga. That's what I do. So if you like pieces of shit, when they do shitty things to you, don't get upset, because that's what they do. Feel what I'm saying? You gotta understand and respect people and accept people for who they are, who they show you they are. More importantly, you feel me? Not who you think they are, not who you want them to be, who they show you they are. You feel what I'm saying? You could really only go by off a person's actions and what they do to you. You feel what I'm saying? So when they show you who they are, you believe them. And that goes both ways. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Vice versa. Just like you're gonna do what you really want to do. You feel what I'm saying? Or at least you should be. If you're doing what somebody else wants to do, God bless you. You need to go talk to some people about that. But if you do what you want to do and you're resolute in that, you feel what I'm saying? That's who you are. And you should be proud of that, and you should accept that. You should want people to accept you for who you are and not who they want you to be or who they think you could be. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And that's another thing that people get trapped into. They get trapped in potential and stuff like that. Potential is not enough. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody can have potential for their whole life. That don't mean they ever gonna, you feel me, do something about it. You gotta see what people are trying to take the potential and turn it into something real, something tangible. You feel what I'm saying? So from that regard and that aspect, to bring it all the way back, would I take back an ex? Probably not. But if you were in a situation where it's like y'all both could grow, or y'all both have grown, and y'all both, might be different people, because, people change with time. Hopefully people get better with time. And, if that's the situation, then maybe. But me personally right now, I have not been in a situation like that, and I wouldn't backtrack. So the long answer to your question is, well, no, pause. The short answer to your question is no, but you just got my long-winded explanation. All right, guys. I'm gonna cut the video off there. This was great. I like this. I'm gonna do this again for sure. The next video, I'm gonna get some more of these out there. In between the next video, if you want me to add some topics to this, if you got something else you want to see me to talk about, if there was something I talked about today that I missed something, or you have your opinion on, comment down below. Let me know. DM me on Instagram. Leave your topics here. I'm checking all my DMs, all my messages, all my comments and everything. So just comment, message me, let me know your topic, let me know your thoughts. Follow me on Instagram. Still shout out, follow my boy GP too. He's gonna be in the links down below. Follow the podcast, C Meets World. And yeah, that's how C sees it. Later.
They don't know what time I'm on, like too short. That's okay, cause my money low. When I pop out, I'ma set the phone, dog world, baby. I'm trying to get a home.